Students, subscribers, disciples, welcome. This is your Master GongSun, and this is another episode of Taoism as applied to the new series. On today's episode, we discuss an update to the prophecies that I discussed earlier. Living Nostradamus and BabaVanga made the same chilling prophecy for 2025, but will it actually come true? Aliens are, soon to be, among us, according to these allegedly all-seeing psychics. Though BabaVanga, the blind Bulgarian oracle, died back in 1996, she made a few major predictions for the future, and psychics of today, the renowned living Nostradamus included, concur on this particular prognosis. She prophesied that humans would come into contact with extraterrestrials in the year 2025, and that the event would likely coincide with a major sporting event. Though a few of the year's most notable games and championships have already occurred, Wimbledon, the Super Bowl, and the NBA playoffs, to name a few, the year is only halfway over, so there are still plenty of rowdy sporting events to draw extraterrestrials in. Let me just comment quickly on this. It's true, I mean, this year is only halfway over, so there's still the rest of the year. And we Taoists do believe in extraterrestrials. Ancient Taoists predicted other planets and other beings on other planets. Of course, they're there for their own spiritual progression, just like we humans are here on Earth for ours. Don't forget that we are spiritual creatures who are momentarily experiencing a terrestrial, physical, material moment. And sometimes we ask, why do we have to come here? What is the point of this reincarnation? Well, I've said this before, and I'll say it again because it's so true. What's the best way to learn something? Is it by reading about it, or is it by actually doing it? If you want to hire someone to build a house for you, would you hire someone who has built houses all his life, has 25 years of experience, and does it professionally, or would you rather hire someone who's only ever read about building houses in a book, but he's never done it before? Of course you would hire the guy who's built it before, many times, 25 years of experience or more. I mean, that brings me to my point. And my point is that the best way to learn something is by doing it. So we have to come here to do it, to live life in order to perfect our souls, so that we can become more godlike. Okay, let us continue. Otho Salome, also known as a living Nostradamus, after the 15th century French astrologer and seer of the same name. By the way, he was the official, well, I don't know if it was official or not, but he was the court astrologer to Catherine de' Medici, who was the wife of the King of France, Henry II. Her daughter-in-law, Mary Queen of Scots. Anyone familiar with European history? All right, let's continue. He has also predicted that humanity can cross alien contact off its bucket list at some point this year. Well, that is very good. Quite a relief, because I've always known there were other life forms out there on other planets, but since our universe is so huge, it's hard to make contact. Salome, a 38-year-old self-proclaimed paranormal expert and fortune teller from Brazil, told the Daily Mail that technological advancements and increased space exploration would result in our humble species' eventual convergence with extraterrestrial life. Thanks to the James Webb Telescope, humanity might finally get the answer to the existence of alien life, while governments like the US may declassify UFO files, he explained. If true, these discoveries could revolutionize one's view about the universe in which we exist and about ourselves. Well, would just confirm that there are other souls out there who need to experience the physical plane of existence in order to learn and progress spiritually. The telescope, which departed our home planet in December 2021, is currently orbiting the Sun. While it has certainly led to some major new astronomical findings, including the discovery of an exoplanet back in June 2025, it hasn't yet discovered any extraterrestrial life, though never say never. Of course, what we can see, just from my knowledge of astronomy, is very, very minuscule. I mean, the comparison is always, imagine if the universe is the size of our Earth. If we could just shrink the scale a little bit just to make it more comprehensible and easy to understand. If we can imagine that the universe is the size of our planet, then what we are able to see right now is nothing but the shade, or the light rather, of a desk lamp. A tiny desk lamp illuminating a tiny little portion of the planet, and that's it. So we are not technologically advanced enough to even see that much beyond our own Milky Way galaxy, beyond our own solar system. So let's continue. However, some experts say that excessive alien anticipation can be harmful to society. Too much background noise about UFOs and UAPs can also get in the way of legitimate science communication about the possibility of finding microbial extraterrestrial life, wrote Tony Milligan, a research fellow in the philosophy of ethics at King's College in London, for a paper published in The Conversation. It is increasingly clear that belief in alien visitation is no longer just a fun speculation, but something that has real and damaging consequences, he continued. Both the living Nostradamus and BabaVanga claim to have accurately predicted major events in the past, though in BabaVanga's case there is no official record of her premonitions. Before her death, which she has also factually foretold. Okay, so she's foretold her own death, which is very much in line and consistent with the abilities of advanced Taoist masters. We're able to control our own deaths as well, if it is just natural death, of course, not blunt trauma, of course. Anyway, BabaVanga is attributed with correctly prophesizing Princess Diana's untimely passing and the 9/11 attacks, as well as several other notable global events. Okay, this must be the living Nostradamus. He's made predictions about everything from Meghan Markle to solar flares. Meanwhile, Salome claims to have accurately predicted Elon Musk's acquisition of Twitter, Queen Elizabeth's death, and the COVID-19 pandemic. Aside from extraterrestrial contact, he also predicted that World War III could occur in 2025. Could, instead of will. Okay, well, that's just covering his bases there. I'd like him to be a bit more certain for me to have more confidence in his abilities. And additionally speculated that AI technology would become increasingly more powerful. Well, you don't have to be psychic to speculate on that. Advanced systems will be able to operate in multiple domains at the same time, mimicking human reasoning, he said in the same Daily Mail interview. An AI will be able to design buildings, plan advertising campaigns, and diagnose diseases in a matter of seconds. But as we transfer so much power to machines, the question arises, what happens if we lose control? 50%. It's always interesting to read the comments here. Stormfield predicted 50% chance of rain. Big deal. It may rain or it may not. I don't need a meteorology degree for that tidbit. Interesting. They don't gain attention by predicting boring stuff. We were supposed to have World War III every year for the past 30 years. Yeah, some of it is correct. I mean, it's not that I don't believe, but when these people, these so-called psychics, predict events, when they make predictions, I expect them to be a bit more certain, not could or may or might or maybe, but will and certainly for sure. That gives me more confidence in their abilities. Now, me, I've never actually had these psychic abilities, and I've never been able to have these like premonitions. So I have other abilities as a Taoist master and priest, but certainly I'm not a psychic. All right, what do you guys think? World War III soon, psychic or not? Leave your comments below. This has been your Master GongSun. As usual, keep living in alignment with the Tao.